Welcome to the fourth episode of Your Financial Literate Friend, aka your FLF, and today we're going to be talking about how do people actually make money. The three main ways people make money is through active income, portfolio income, and passive income. Of course, you can always be born into money, marry rich, or get some super luck that you get some income, but these are three main ways we're going to be focusing about, specifically the active and passive part. Active income refers to you getting money from putting in a service, such as putting your labor or your time. This is usually the most common way of people getting income, where they can be doctors, do freelance as photographers, be a singer, be a CEO, or even be a teacher, and they just make income from salary, wages, tips, commissions, things like that. Basically, anything the Internal Revenue Service, aka the IRS, defines as material participation, it counts as active income. Active income is a way people receive a lot of retirement benefits. We'll talk about those in different episodes, where they can get 401ks, health benefits, and just different benefits from their job once they retire, usually at the age of 65. Passive income is the money you bring in from not actively being part of the work that brings you in money. There's so many ways to make passive income, and you can get in passive income through renting, stocks, or just creative ways to get income, but you're not actively working for them every single time you make the money. The two main ways of passive income are limited partnership income and rental property income. Here's an example of limited partnership income. You have two people, Amy and Jennifer. Jennifer has a lemonade stand, and Amy has money to give to Jennifer to fund the lemonade stand. As Amy gives her a little bit of money to fund the lemonade stand, Jennifer is going to give her like a couple dollars every single time she makes a sale on the lemonade stand. Even though Amy barely does any work and Jennifer is actually the one doing most of the work, Amy is still getting money from Jennifer's lemonade stand, therefore making passive income. Rental property passive income is when somebody buys a property, let's say a house in a different town, and they rent it out to anybody who wants it, right? And every single month they get $1,000 back because people are renting out their house. That's how they make rental property income. Portfolio income specifically comes from investments, dividends, interest, and capital gains. The IRS specifically separates these two, but in some ways, like the investments and capital gains can be considered as passive, but depends on the IRS what your money is going to be taxed on. Overall, when it comes to making income, it just depends on what you want to trade off. It's either about control or stability. An active job, you have a lot more stability, sometimes if the economy doesn't go to complete shit, but you have a lot less control on your life. With things like entrepreneurship or investing, such as in the passive and portfolio income part, they will be slightly riskier, again, depending on the economy, but you get a lot more control on what you're doing with your money, and you have a higher investment over time, but depending on how you do it. Yep, and that's how people make different incomes. Next episode, I'm going to be giving you guys different resources on how I got financially literate and how you guys can also get financially literate. Bye! See you next episode.